Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings 2.1. Now, when we left off, we had just acquired yet another quest at the, well, technically not the Sceptry. We acquired something there to tell us, oh, you know what? Hey, there's something going on at Fair Market. And we went over there and we talked to a fellow, yes, the elder brother, of course, and he has tasked us with finding Aegon Bloodborne. Yeah. Now, the problem with this is that I'm pretty sure that Aegon Bloodborne himself was an incredibly difficult fight. I'm pretty sure he has 180 or something units. I seem to remember that this was a pretty difficult fight in actual fact, and as a result, I am unsure whether I really want to find him right this second. But we are going to be, I guess, traveling past Wendish Town? Sounds like Kentish Town, but whatever the case. That's pretty amusing. There's the Highfall, and there's the crossing. So we have two different places that we can potentially go to. And I seem to remember that he was out here in the ocean or something. It was kind of a bit of a weird place for him to be, but I seem to remember him being out there. Now, yeah, I guess what we're going to do instead is actually head over in this direction and see if we can take on these broken men, because they actually were attempting to fight some hedge knights, honorable men, so we're going to see whether we can just exact some justice upon these fools. Oh yes, there we go. They are the Free Brothers. Well, technically no. You're not the Free Brothers, you're the Incredible Moustache Brothers, exactly. So this, I think, actually has to be one of the largest opponents we've ever fought in terms of numbers, at least. We have 44, they have 25. So let's see how well it goes. You never know. Now, bear in mind that in the previous episode we acquired Xbox, which is my donkey's name, of course, because he actually cost 360 coins to purchase. So I called him Xbox. Yep. I have nothing against the Xbox 360, even though it did have a major red ring problem most of the time, but still, it's actually not a big deal to... Whoa, okay. Sorry, Xbox, you took a lot of damage right there. That was pretty bad. Is he gonna red ring on us? Probably. I mean, really, any little bump, and that's what would happen, but whatever the case, yes. We're gonna try our very best to eliminate these guys. Now, of course, they've already dealt a lot of damage to Xbox, unfortunately, so I'm probably not going to be able to do a very good job, but our donkey is going to have to survive a little bit longer. Come on, donkey. You can do this. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Yes, I'm doing some damage, at least. Maybe I can eliminate this guy. Come on. Yes, there we go. I helped. I can say I helped, yes. On the plaque, you know? On the plaque of this battle, as it is remembered forevermore, we are going to have our quote on the plaque in the middle of the monument, and it's going to say, Elias Mormont helped this day, and he killed 1 unit. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what we want to see, isn't it? I mean, seriously, that is the greatest thing that we have ever done so far. That's completely not true, but still. I'm trying my very best, and sometimes it's just not enough. I am going to attempt to thrust at this guy from behind, and maybe... Oh, yes. Yes, there we go. We actually did take him out. I am really surprised. Color me surprised? Color me surprised if I'm actually able to kill this guy. There we go. Finally, Xbox was able to get in range. I realize that it is a last generation donkey, but, I mean, come on. It's one of the lovable ones, isn't it? It's one of the lovable donkeys, because... even though the Xbox 360 was not the, shall we say, the best console, or the worst. I mean, there were worse, of course, but even though it wasn't the greatest, it is one of those fond consoles. If you if you owned one, or even if you just knew about one, then obviously you would know it had its fair share of problems. But it's one of those ones that you're just like, that was an okay console, now that we don't have to use it anymore. But yes, I actually do not even own one anymore, but yeah. Yes, that's unfortunate. Oh, also, what's unfortunate is running out of money. Yeah, that's also pretty terrible, but yeah, I don't even have one of the new generation consoles either, so I guess that's also an issue, but, well, Maybe at some point in the future, maybe in a couple of years, I'll be able to purchase a PlayStation 4 or... yes, something like that. I actually have no idea, really, because, well, I mainly play on a PC, so I guess why do I need a console unless there's some exclusive games that are really cool? I do know that there are actually some really cool exclusive games, but unfortunately, you know, yeah, problems. But we are going to be going back to fair market, I would say, because this is going to mean that we will be able to sell our loot, and it is very, very worthwhile to sell our loot because we have a lot of it to sell. So, let's do it. Really? We only have that much? Are you kidding me, Brendan? Oh, you really need to loot much more than that. Oh, you have disappointed me for the last time. Actually, I can't actually tell him to go anywhere, so I'm just gonna pass over that. Yeah, not a problem. It's okay, Brendan. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stay in the army and... yeah, that's pretty much all I can say to him, isn't it? You just have to stay in the army. That's all you have to do. Yeah, easiest job ever. Well, at least we gave Maron some better stuff, I suppose. Now, we are going to be giving Brendan a better arming sword. And everyone has some pretty good gear now. Even though I'm stretching the quote-unquote good gear term relatively far right now, because good gear right at this moment is pretty awful. So yeah, that's not particularly great, but what we can do is I think I am going to complete this quest, or at least this stage of the quest, and then at some point in the future, if in actual fact Aegon Bloodborne, which I'm pretty sure has a huge amount of units, but even if he does, then in the future we'll be able to track him down and eliminate him and wipe him off the face of this planet forevermore, or something along those lines anyway. Something equally terrifying. Yes, that sounds good to me. So let's take a look here. Are you around here, or do I have to head inside? I probably have to head inside and speak to the village elder, don't I? Yeah, let's go and do that. Oh my, of course we would be placed on the outskirts of the village, but at least we're not being shot at. Usually when I'm entering a village, I'm usually being attacked in some way, so it's actually quite a nice change not to be eliminated almost immediately. So, let's see, where is the village elder? Is this him? Yes, there he is, and the hunter as well. Ah, hello there. Okay, so I need you to set a large fire on the outskirts of this village. This is exactly the reason why I really appreciate some of the features of this mod, because they do give you a lot of flexibility. And that's exactly the cool thing. It's exactly the same as what I mentioned in previous episodes about the companions being able to take loot, because taking loot means that you make a lot more money. Do you have any tasks that I can help with? Oh, the village has become home to a nest of smugglers, who are normally based out of Case. They drink and carouse, not to mention being engaged in the nefarious practice of smuggling. I am afraid a passing lord will happen upon them and exact terrible retribution on our poor village. Can you help us with this problem? I will deal with them. Apparently we have come across some Robin Hood style of things. Oh, speaking of Robin Hood, these guys actually look like Robin Hood. Can you see that? That is pretty hilarious. And lo and behold, we have some of the most polite smugglers and bandits that we have ever known. And he says, "Good day to you, sir. Top of the morning to you, and have a nice day," and various other things. "I hear you've been causing trouble at the Highfall. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you all." Oh, okay. Well, I suppose the best thing is... we hid out at the Highfall, yes, but only because we needed a place to stay, and perhaps we did not behave in a proper manner. We were driven out of Case by the town watch in one of their periodic purges, and we were just laying low until things slowed down again. We are heading back there now, and will never trouble the villagers of the Highfall again. If you let us go, we will give you a bottle of the finest arbor wine, which the merchants divert to the Wellborn, and which you'll never see at a merchant's shop or tavern. Well, I actually don't know. I mean, he did say good morning and various other things. Okay, well, I'm actually going to attack them because, well, if they've been doing wrong to the village, then I feel as though it's a good idea just to uphold the village's standards But of course they could be lying. So that's, I guess that's the problem that we face in day-to-day life. You never know if someone is attempting to pull the wool over your eyes and various things like that. So, okay, we're going to get into a nice position here. Of course, this does give us an opportunity to get a lot of experience, but on the other hand, what if the arbor wine that he spoke of is extremely expensive? And we're now throwing away the opportunity to gain wine that is worth 10,000 coins or something along those lines. Wouldn't that be so disastrous? Well, of course I've never done this quest before, so I have no idea whether that is indeed the case. And if it is, then, well, that's just my bad luck, isn't it? That's just how we have to roll, isn't it? Oh, yes. We're just going to roll with the punches and see what kind of result we're going to get, of course. Yeah, it's like a box of chocolates. Ah, yes, the references. Okay, so I think we're actually just going to charge straight on in here. And it seems as though we actually have an opportunity to eliminate one of their archers. If I can. No! You cannot kill Xbox. I am the only one that can red ring Xbox, thank you very much. Okay, let's try and take him out. Oh, yeah, yep. This is also exactly the reason why I do appreciate Clash of Kings quite a lot. Most of the opponents that you're going to be fighting are not heavily armored and extremely powerful. Most of them are just like you are, and as weak as you are. Basically, like a paper bag. So, it's kind of nice to actually have a bunch of paper bags fighting in the wind. I mean, really. You know, it's almost as if we are recording a paper bag flowing in the wind freely, almost as if the wind is playing with it. Almost as if a spirit of some sort is playing with the paper bag in some sort of sprightly play session. That's also a movie reference, yes. That is also a movie reference. Well, whatever the case, there we go. We actually lost one peasant, but I suppose that's not too bad, and we did lose no one else. So that's pretty good. We killed 13? No, we killed 3. If only we killed 13, oh yes. Now, these one-handed axes are absolutely terrible with their reach, so I am not going to be taking any of them, but we are, in actual fact, going to be letting our companions loot everything. Apparently the smugglers are very good in terms of, well, monetary gains. I wouldn't expect any less, of course. And this fellow says, good day to you as well. Okay, so let's actually see. Is he gonna... okay, so he's gonna give us some arbor wine. Okay, I'm actually gonna see. We will not forget your help. Here's the wine. Be careful, it's potent stuff. Jar of wine, 151. Okay, so it's not particularly good. Can I actually... Okay, so I was actually gonna say, maybe we can now slaughter them? Now that we've gotten some wine? No. No, we're not going to be that underhanded. I did try, but don't tell anyone. Yes, don't tell anyone at all. I am going to slaughter the remaining units, though, because, well, at least the remaining forces can actually... Well, I should say remaining forces, but the ones that are still alive after this, they can tell their friends and anyone that comes across them that we have eliminated all of their comrades and various other things. So, is he going to... if you let us go, we will give you 250 coins. Well, yes, I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to just attack these guys, because I personally feel like the loot that we gained from the first ever bandits that we fought in this quest, that is going to equal a lot more money than 250 coins, or in actual fact 151 for the wine. So it was a mistake to take their bribe, but... Well, you live and learn, obviously, and we do have the opportunity to now get a little bit of a greater understanding of the value of things. So, anyone offers us some wine, we're going to say no. We are going to say no, because you never know. It's just absolutely terrible in comparison to the loot. Obviously, one of those jerkins or maybe one of the swords is worth that, and we got, I don't even know, we got like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those, so it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good just to go with it and kill everything. Oh yes. So let's try a little bit of damage here with Xbox. Ooh yeah, look at that, 70 damage. Very nice. Okay, so that guy is obviously going to be a blocking Bruce. That's not particularly nice of him. Okay, let's see if he can deal any more damage here. Elias, you must deal some damage. Ooh no, we've lost Xbox. No. We cannot lose yes, apparently we can lose Xbox and we can be swarmed because our units are so incredibly slow. Yes, you heard me. I am blaming our units completely. No, I'm not. I'm completely kidding right here. But at least they're going to get some experience. What? I can't believe it. Really? One of our hedge knights was actually eliminated by a bandit. A regular bandit. That fellow has egg on his face right now. He literally has egg on his face. Well, I suppose he is 6 feet under now, so he could have a manner of other things on his face. But, wow. Hedge knight being eliminated. I guess that actually does help us a little bit, because now we don't have to sustain as much weekly wages. We do have one less cavalry, but we don't really even use the cavalry that much anyway, so I suppose it's not really a big deal. So, okay, there we go. If anyone asks, we haven't seen you. So where are they actually heading to? They're heading down there. Okay, so I guess that's good. Now, there is a fellow at Nuns Deep, if I recall. So we might actually want to head in there in just a second. It might actually be a companion that we want. I'm going to get a hammerman just to see. Okay, so these guys might not actually be the best choice. Let's just take a look. Two-handed warhammer. That actually looks really cool. Okay, so what? Wow, they're actually really good. 67 HP? Oh, okay. Well, who am I to say? I guess, are the sergeants as good as that? I'm actually going to take a look. Yep, the sergeants are just as good. They have less weapon proficiency, but they do level up one more time, and they do get horses. So, who knows? Maybe it's a better opportunity to go for there. But for now, before we head into Nuns Deep, I'm going to be heading into Obscurity, because I'm going to be ending this episode off here. Yes, Obscurity is technically the end of the video, I suppose, because I just go into the void. I'm actually not an actual person. I just go into the void when the video ends, and then I reappear magically when the next one begins. You know that, right? I mean, that's obvious, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.